Steve, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank Senator Yager for being a state senator and taking the time to address issues Campbell County has to address. Thank you for coming and listening to us and all the TDOT guys. What we're here for today is to talk about traffic congestion in our county. What we're doing and see if we can come to common terms on maybe having an alternate route to alleviate some congestion problem in our county. I know there's everybody's affected by it. All departments are affected by it. We have dump trucks, mowers, equipment leave this office every day to go out and do their jobs, and they have trouble getting to and from their areas of work. Our truck drivers make multiple passes where they're going and get caught up in traffic. It affects us too. It affects everybody. All the departments, people, the state, go out and do their jobs. So what we want to do is offer an alternative route, which is Stinky Creek Road. Stinky Creek Road is a little gravel section of road that comes from Stinky Creek exit, bypasses the slide, comes down to Howard Baker Highway, reconnects to Howard Baker Highway, and travels about 2 miles to the interstate, 2.5 miles to the interstate. It would be about a 5-mile bypass. May not be the answer to everything. It probably won't handle trucks. It probably won't handle anything but cars. But we want to offer that to the state to try to help some of the whole traffic problem on the roads. The state's done a fine job, and a real good job detouring traffic. But we want to add one more option to try to do this. We would offer as much help as we can with our equipment, our people, to go in and improve this road. With the state's help, we would like to see this happen. We'd like y'all to drive this road and see if it doesn't make sense. It makes sense for our county. Traffic, I know road, when you build a road, you have to build it according to a certain speed. If you're going to put traffic on a road that's going to travel 50 miles an hour, it has to be a really good road. The way this traffic will be bumper to bumper, I don't think that'll be an issue. I think it'll be more like 20 mile an hour traffic or 15 miles an hour, because it's going to be so slow that maybe some of the curves might not be as big an issue as an interstate. You know, I know it's not going to be an interstate, but maybe something, maybe an option. I'm going to throw this out there to you. Do anything we can to help the citizens of Campbell County and you guys. Make sure that you do know we're behind you. We want to support this and make this happen. Get it done.
I appreciate your helping put this meeting together, Dennis. And let me say first, thank you for coming, and I really want to first thank the men and women of TDOT who have worked tirelessly to alleviate a problem that none of us asked for. You know, this terrible slide has really wreaked a lot of havoc on all of us, and you guys haven't been stopped since it happened. And I really appreciate that. We do. What you've done. Your hard work is not all noticed, but you know this. It has really, the landslide has really obviously put a great burden on the local community. Of course, having to make the bypasses and route the traffic through LaFollette and Jacksboro has really put certainly the peak traffic times has really put a chilling effect on the local economy. It has really, I'm getting calls of concern from local businessmen and women, you know, because of the traffic. You know, you might think that having all that traffic come through town would actually build the local economy, but because of the volume of it, it's really preventing people from getting in and out off the main road there. and getting into shops and stores, and except for maybe some gas sales, it's had a real chilling effect on the local economy. We had one lady tell me this morning she was going to have to go out of business, business there in town. And so that concerned the effect on the economy and obviously the safety aspect of it. I wanted to come up for myself and see the site, which we're going to go to when we finish this meeting. But in the meantime, the road supervisor has, in my opinion, made a very practical suggestion of taking that gravel portion of Stinking Creek Road and using it as an alternate route that would really reduce the mileage that people are having to travel as they bypass the impacted area. And it would also shorten their time, and it would take traffic off of 25 and LaFollette and Jonesboro and Carrollton, those areas there that are so impacted. So I thought it was really practical suggestion, and I'm hopeful that the state will be able to work with these guys, and I will certainly support their efforts, and anything that I need to do as a member of the Transportation Committee to make this happen, I'll certainly do it. And I realize it's a county road, and that there are all sorts of hurdles we have to cross to get that done, but I'm willing to take that responsibility on, because I just think we need to try to do that in order to alleviate this very serious congestion problem that's really impacting the local economy. It's really very serious, folks. When I had a lady that calls me and says, today's my last day of business, because of the recession, I was already marginal anyway, and this was kind of just pushed her over. I don't like to get those kinds of calls, and so I really would like us to see us do something. So that's why I'm here today, to try to find a way to make this work and see firsthand what's going on today. I'm really here to listen, and we're glad the regional director's here. I know some of you guys understand maybe you had to rearrange your schedules, so which I appreciate that, coming up here to do that. Because this is really important to these folks, so it's important to them, it's important to me. So I really appreciate it. I don't know whether you think Greg say this. We'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to take some questions or whatever you want to do, or comments, but we want to go look at the sites. I won't put you on the spot. Steve Gordon, our regional director, doing an outstanding job.
Thank you, Senator Yager. I really appreciate Senator Yager's efforts to come here to attend us. That's one of the things in the department we're very interested in is people to work with our local partners. We understand the difficulty that the slide bears on travelers, local communities, and everybody involved. It touches a lot of us. We have a major slide, or even a disaster, you might call it, this year. And it is a very challenging, largest slide in the last 30 years that we've worked on. It is a major slide. Many of you may have seen the aerial photography that we released in the media, I guess about a week and a half ago, a week ago, and that tells the tale. I mean, so many people looked at that and said, oh my goodness, it is really large, and it is. Certainly with those challenges of rebuilding that section of Interstate was there. Our focus and intent, obviously we had a secondary slide for safety. Safety is our number one priority when it comes to traveling public. And we got to make sure that we do our best to provide a safe transportation system network. And the alternatives are as safe as they possibly can be. When we had our secondary slide, obviously for reasons of safety, we had to move the southbound lanes off of the interstate for a time. Right now, we're in the process of installing a distance soil nail wall, a pretty large, pretty highly technical wall structure in order to stabilize the northbound side, so we can be sure that we may be able to continue to have use for it until this project's done. Now, our focus is as quickly as possible to get those southbound lanes on there. Right now, our timeline is the 21st. We're very confident and hopeful that we can get southbound. When we look at detour and traffic, there's a lot that goes into it. One of the things is that we're obviously staying with the type of facility we have. 25, we are blessed to live in East Tennessee, the mountains, Georgia, and with that, we did have challenges, geographic challenges that we face. These are very old roads. They're very curvy. They follow the landscape, and we certainly recognize that in 25 and 97. they are our best alternatives that we have right now. A lot of them, the partners that we have, they are wonderful to work with. They've been able to redo their wide load route so that we have been able to take wide loads on seven. And then also now, I think we're kind of over now, 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, but it's almost there. 2 o'clock, we need the lanes to come over, the long lanes to be operated, which gives the other alternative to wide loads. Also, for southbound traffic, they're going to be using their message boards, their overhead and have a message sign to encourage that southbound traffic to work into the lanes that you see here. And diverting those are the least cost, those are in that direction. They can go down to 25 right through the tunnel, get I-49. It's a great alternate to this as well as we continue to work towards repairing the interstate. Whenever our local photographer asks us to look at something, and we send something to Senator Yager, it's going to be important to us. And, we want to work with you guys. We had our meeting earlier today, and one of the things that we did with that meeting, it was an informational meeting, but the main purpose of that meeting was not just to tell you what's going on in the slides. The main purpose was to help the locals understand that we're working under the emergency relief funds on the federal highway. With those emergency relief funds, we're able to get reimbursed for the work that's going on, a lot like FEMA does during natural disasters. This is just highway related. Well, the thing is, with the locals, if you're experiencing additional overtime, additional workloads, like a lot of the officers are at all these intersections, along with our THP partners and our staff and their staff all working together trying to get traffic through McFarland and Jacksboro. There is opportunity to get reimbursed for that. And that's what we wanted to do, is come into the locals and say, hey, we want to work alongside of you and help you out. When you deal with the federal government, when you deal with FEMA, there's a lot of paperwork. You get a T, you don't cross a T or dot an I, and all of a sudden you can't get your money reimbursed. And what we want to do is be there to help them through that process. We have guys that do this every day, very good. They're experts in that, and they can help the locals get reimbursed. That's what we want to do today, is to make sure that we do that. And also, with Dennis and Senator Yager, wanted us to also look at the potential of using Stevie Creek Road. It's one of the alternates early in the project. When we first closed it, it's one of the first things I sent my designers to let's look at it. We were quickly able to get it southbound back on the northbound sides, and so that didn't really enter into it. There are a lot of things would have to be done to the road. The thing we'll do today is we'll go over and look at it. We will evaluate it as you've asked. I mean, that's what we need to do. There is some difficulties when we're using federal funds, emergency relief funds. I'm governed by a lot of regulations and environmental. I mean, there'll be environmental. I have to do an environmental document. I have to go through Tennessee Wildlife. TWRA has their land there that we're going through. You also have high quality streams. There's a lot of things that go into that. But the thing about it is that we're charged with making things happen and doing everything. We don't want to leave a stone unturned. We have an opportunity. We want to be able to take advantage of the opportunity if at all possible. That's what we're here to do. We're looking forward to the slide. We did great tours to get eyes on what's happening. And I think our plan is, we were discussing our route so we could go up Stinking Creek Road to the slide, and we'll come back around. That way we'll get an opportunity to drive it as well. I've drove it several times. I'm familiar with it. Just all my years in maintenance with TDOT, I've spent a few nights up here on the mountain during the middle of the snow in a dump truck. Yeah. This is gray and the rest of it's falling out. So, but I appreciate everybody being here and let you know that we're partners in this. East Tennessee's home for me, and this is where I live. I've got a lot of my staff here. Clint Bain, he lives here in Campbell County. He's my regional construction engineer. And Daryl Shepard over there is my regional safety engineer. He's also from Campbell County. We've all come from down to Knoxville. They still live up here, but they work for us. We got a lot of good folks up this area.
I missed the meeting this morning. How many more weeks of this is that you're anticipating before it's open back up?
Completely open up or southbound?
Well, southbound.
Southbound. The 21st is the date that we put out there that we're trying to hit. And to be honest with you, I fully hope that we will meet there.
That's one north, one south.
One north and one south, and then what we're gonna do then is that I've got some more stabilization. Basically, I'll have 90% of this wall done, the soil anchor, the soil nail anchors, they're actually installed. It's an elaborate system. You're gonna drill them in there, you do concrete in there, you shotcrete the front of it. Y'all probably seen, you see it today, you go up there. And then we also have some large anchors, we have to have special ordered material to use. They go down into bedrock to give us a higher factor of safety. And what we want to be able to do is make it as stable as possible, so if we do have any other movement from just the natural construction activity, that's the thing about this job. It's massive, it's large, but it's very delicate. The process of rebuilding it has to be done very delicately in order to keep what's there in place. That being said, probably in a couple of weeks after that, we hope to be able to get 2 lanes north and 1 lane
It's
south.
gonna be their big season too. I mean, it's always for us.
It is.
Memorial Day.
Right.
But has the state, and I know they have, what's the emergency plan? What if this goes south and this falls to wherever and this road ends up in a bad position and 25 is taking a big impact? I travel it constantly, the position I work with, and I see the damage has already been done. I mean, have you got emergency evacuation that can follow a different direction? Because if 25 goes bad right now, or you lose the rest of these other lanes on the interstate, I mean, it's just like a sewer. It's gonna back up. So are you actually looking at what Dennis is bringing forward? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason we're here today.
I mean, I'm one of the commissioners, and that don't give me no more insight, but if the county has to give this road to the state, I'll take that commission. We're gonna have to do something.
I mean, honestly, on that end.
And I know you are doing all you can, but.
We probably aren't gonna take it, but we will.
But I mean, if it comes down to that you just have to have that road dedicated to y'all, I think the commission is what they've seen. Every one of us works pretty much and sees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I mean,
we don't have road committees. We let Dennis handle all them problems.
Okay, all right.
Big in itself.
You know, another issue that's gonna be facing us here very shortly is, Mr. Woodson, he's a businessman, long-time businessman in the county. Austin, long-time businessman in the county. We have one of the most beautiful lakes.
We do.
But we have a lot of tourism. We're very concerned about how, anything that we can do. Maybe this road's it's not the answer, I know that, but it might be part of it.
True.
May detour some cars or something, it may not send trucks, may send trucks down the interstate.
Well, actually, it could be something in the future, because that interstate is constantly down.
But
Nothing that Jim's doing, just the act of God, most of it.
what it's gonna do to affect the local economy is what I'm really concerned about too, because our tourism is big in this county.
Like May and
And it's seasonal. Once it's, when the cold weather hits, it's gone. So, that's another issue too. So, and I know, when everybody leaves here, when we get off at Huntsville on I-80, that's what we'll do. We'll drive up Howard Baker Highway for about 2 miles or so. We're gonna get on a gravel road, that's Stinking Creek Road. And you'll drive about 2 miles or so on that road, and it'll take you up to Stinking Creek. So that will be the actual bypass that when you get off at Huntsville on I-80, I won't be able to tell you that once you're in the vehicle, but that's the bypass that I'm proposing. It's basically a 4 or 5 mile bypass. Like I said, it ain't gonna handle all the traffic, I know that, but it may take something, maybe part of that. And it's about 30 miles around through Jellicoe around that way, so 5 mile bypass maybe make more sense than that.
Well, the way I look at that is your suggestion is really a piece of a very complicated puzzle that we've got to figure out. And I think it's something that we really need to look at. That's why I've asked the state to come up here and relook at this again. And I appreciate the cooperative attitude that's been expressed by Steve. And these people are our allies. They are with TDOT. We're working together to solve a problem that nobody asked for. And I just, when the supervisor called me about this, the suggestion just makes sense to me. Mindful that there are hurdles we have to work on, but be my job to help with a few of those. But I just, as I said, I won't repeat myself because I want us to go look at the site. But, you know, I have safety concerns about dumping all that traffic on 25. You know, that's creating some safety. We had a fatality just recently, was it yesterday?
Yes.
And then the impact on the economy, and what you said is very important. It's even more so with the coming tourist season. So, you know, I'm ready to go out and look at it, see what we can do to fix it.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, sir.
What is the time frame of being able to get the money to the local municipalities to help with police officers?
Okay, it's a reimbursement.
So they have to come out of pocket with it?
You have to come out of pocket, just like it's the same way we are. Right now, I'm having to come out of pocket. I got an $11 million project, or 10, whatever this ends up being. I have to pay it out of pocket, but I get reimbursed for it. That's, you know, it's a lot.
That would ease the economic impact if, when they turn the traffic lights on yellow and let the traffic flow, it flows pretty good. But it kills businesses, shopping centers.
Especially the left turns in and out are
No one,
very difficult.
no one can get out, and if they turn right, then they go to the first cut across and cut back, which just makes it worse. If we had a police officer there who could look and see if people from the side road need to come out, and just let the traffic run until somebody does, I think that would help alleviate the traffic problem a lot better than just turning
The
the
city,
lights on
that
yellow.
would be the city running the thought.
Of course, budget-wise, that's
But the
fine.
city can, the state, I chatted with some other folks this morning about that very issue. The state, as long as the work, to stay with your example, the work of that officer directing the traffic is because of this problem, the state or the team will reimburse the city for the expense of that person.
Right.
And the state will have to, the city will have to keep good records to show that the work is related to the problem. And then I can't speak to how long it takes. I don't think it's an unreasonable time, 30 to 90 days probably.
Because it can become a budgeting problem for the local
Absolutely.
municipalities of
But
coming out
it's,
of pocket with the extra funds.
Absolutely, it is. But they will get that money back 100% as long as they document that it's related to the slide.
And that's the reason I wanted to bring folks from Nashville or maintenance department that deal with ER funding and reimbursement and meet with our local partners, because since we do this a lot, and it's kind of new, for a lot of years, this would have fell under FEMA. But now,
Are you on reimbursement?
it'll go, we will help go through to get it to, and get it reimbursed from federal highway. It's emergency relief, and it's different than TEMA. Used to, at one time, we would use TEMA funds for this, you know, get the declaration of a disaster area.
Sure.
You know, we've all done it. They're all of us here, you know, work local. This is different. It's a different pot of money. It's a different program. Real similar, though, in that, you know, with the documentation. That's the reason I wanted to bring folks that do this a lot, because it was new for us 5 years ago doing this. Do this a lot and say, okay, here's what you got to do. This is how you have to do it to get your money back. Because we've had to have a learning curve with it too. So we want to share the knowledge that we've gained over the last 5 years with our local partners, so that we can work with them. That if there's money that you can get back, we want you to be able to get that back as well, just like what we're doing.
Can I ask you a question? So if we were to get this declaration of disaster for this, would that free up additional TIFA money in addition to this, or just we replace it?
And we wouldn't, well,
I'm just
I
looking
can't,
for ways to
yeah.
get more money.
Yeah, the ER money basically covers everything that's associated with that interstate traffic, everything around that.
You wouldn't mind if I kind of played with that, right?
Yeah, any angles you can get are always
Okay.
good to do.
All right, good.
You know,
And we,
the economic impact that
Yeah.
could be on this
Big
county will end up in the sales tax being shorted because of the people's businesses being hurt.
Sure.
And because I have a gas station in town, gas business is up, but the inside sales being killed. Because of getting gas that are going on, the trucks that come through our town, they don't stop. We don't have any truck stop. We don't have a place for them to stop. You know, so they cause a lot of the traffic jam, but they're just moving on. But y'all know better than I do. I don't know that there's an alternative route.
well, that's
for
one of the things we've
trucks.
worked with Kentucky, and some of the trucking, depending on where they're going, will use some of these alternate routes that we're putting out there. Because, you know, miles and time are what they're interested in. And they gotta look at both. And so they have to make a decision, okay, this is my delay time, I've got a just-in-time delivery, everything's just-in-time delivery. I'm driving to Walmart, you got your window to get your trailer dropped, unloaded, and back out of there. You miss it, you sit for 24 hours until you get your slot again. So a lot of them may be making decisions to use the time, depending on where they're going.
What about Louisville 65 to Nashville?
Those are things too. You know, we work with all the way up into Ohio. We try to really work with all the states along this corridor. This is a huge corridor. You know, you talk about trucks, you talk about I-75, I-81, I-40, all merge in East Tennessee. It puts I think it's the second busiest wage scale in the nation. It's a block road in West Knox County. That's how many trucks. 75 is a huge corridor for trucks. 81 is a huge corridor, and so is I-40. So they all merge together. So y'all, that's one of the things that does impact the traffic a great deal. That, you know, those are alternates that we're trying to put out there. We've been in contact with trucking agencies. We tried to really run the gamut, you know, AAA, to try to really get the word out there to folks. Hey, you know, here's some alternate routes. Here's some suggestions. You know, and like I said, our partners in Kentucky have been wonderful to work with. We've got wide loads and oversized loads on routes that they normally don't permit. But they said, hey, we know your problem, we know what you're going through. We're rerouting all of our wide loads to these routes away from the slide, away from I-75, away from 25, and away from 297 to try to get those away from them. And we are working quite a bit with the local law enforcement. Like Daryl's been up there a lot of times. His shoulder's sore from directing traffic. But working with our THB folks, the local police departments, and the sheriff's department, saying, you know, working together to move traffic. You know,
and I think that's the most important part right now. To get the traffic through is to intensify the efforts of directing the traffic. And the traffic lights are useless during an emergency like this.
They are, and you know, this is a major corridor for an alternate for if there's a wreck or anything. And there's opportunity there at some point that you as local partners may go together. And Rockwood and Rowan County, it's a very long area for wrecks and some engineers. There are programs where locals can get money to synchronize signals to be able to automatically flush traffic when you have an event instead of being on manual and having to have officers out there all the time. There's a lot of opportunities, and that's probably a conversation once we're through this that probably would be great for us to have. But those are great opportunities there as well. But we're here. We'll go up to the slide and get a tour. And we're ready.
Thank y'all.
Ken's going to take care of any environmental issues on that road. He's the Senator.